Hello, welcome back. I've been busy having an identity crisis. I don't know. Let me move you away a little bit so you're not quite so in my face. Yeah, I feel like I have been really on and off, really inconsistent on here and on Instagram for a very long time. And I just wanted to kind of chat about it a little bit. I have one of my knitting projects here, so I'm going to work on that a little bit to keep my hands distracted, and we're just going to chat because I feel a lot like I have been on the internet for so very long that so many of you have kind of grown up with me, alongside me, kind of thing. And there's been like a few things that I've been kind of trying to work out. And then the other day I was talking to my lovely manager Leah. Shout out to Leah if you're seeing this. And I was telling her, like, I don't know what to post, and that's why I don't post, because I feel like by the way, if you can hear chewing, Winter is chewing his new bone over here, ignore the mess in the room, very intently. I just went out and had coffee with the girls and I bought him this bone so that he wouldn't be mad at me when I came home. Clearly it's worked very well, but he's like chomping. Yeah, so I was telling Leah that I don't know what to post, I don't know what to talk about, because I feel like people expect one thing of me based on what I've posted before, and I don't know how much it like aligns with me anymore. I don't know how much I want to kind of post those things anymore, and trying to force myself doesn't really work, and I just don't really feel like I know what I'm doing anymore. And I was telling Leah, like, there's just so many aspects of myself that I just feel like I don't know, or I do know, but my my wants and thoughts and whatever have changed so much that, you know, I'm just not the same person anymore. And I feel like I've been trying to post as though I am the same person for a long time, and it just makes me resent it, to be honest. So Leah's suggestion was that we just roll with that, and of course, I don't know why I didn't realize this for myself, but I needed somebody to tell me it. But why? I don't need to try and be somebody else. I don't need to try and be who I was. I can be who I am now, and if people don't want to follow me anymore, then that's fine. That's how life works. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. I feel like throughout the last year or so, it's been really, I haven't really posted. It's been really sporadic, and I've just been really off track, which is not really me. I'm usually quite on it with posting because I enjoy it. So it's been weird that I haven't wanted to and haven't been able to. And yeah, throughout the year there's been different things, and I thought, oh yeah, that's the problem, okay, that's the problem, okay, that's the problem. But recently I've been really trying to sit and think through it all, and I think the problem really has been that my heart wasn't in it anymore. And like I said, I was trying to be somebody that I wasn't. It's never gonna work. So I want to focus a bit more on being me. So that means that I will be posting different things. Content will be a little bit different. Hopefully, I think a lot of people that currently watch my content, follow my pages, will be able to relate, and hopefully it will be even better. So I feel like I'm having this late 20s midlife crisis. Not midlife, but you know what I mean. Not midlife crisis, I don't know. There's just lots of things that I feel like I've really learned about myself and evolved in recently. And I think that from conversations I've had with people recently, I was feeling a bit insecure about how much I'd changed, and is there something kind of wrong with me because I've changed so much, and blah blah blah. But from the conversations I've had with people recently, I feel like it's a bit more of a common thing than I realized. So maybe some of you will get it, will be able to relate. I don't know, we'll see. But I think that we can all agree that it is better to just be yourself than try and like pretend to be. It's not even pretend to be someone else, it's pretend to be or try and be somebody I was, and I've kind of now grown out of, and I just feel like in some ways I've gotten quite stuck in like I said, I've gotten really stuck in trying to be who I was a couple of years ago. It's just not me anymore. In some ways I feel like I'm still trying to figure out what is me now, but in some ways I feel like I know. I've just been a bit worried, like what if my content doesn't perform as well if people see that? What if people don't like me if they see that? But it's gonna be what it is. It's gonna be what it is. Oh, by the way, I will show you the project that I'm working on. This is a shirt that I am designing for Ruben. We had this really specific, I wanted to make something for him, and he said there were these shirts that we saw when we were in Ibiza, and he said, oh, you can make me something like that. So we had this really specific design in mind, and I couldn't find anything online, any like knitting patterns that would match that kind of thing. So I'm winging it. I'm trying to design one myself. So this is the progress so far. It's gonna have a collar, sleeves, a button band, things like that. So this is very much just like the central piece. You don't know what possessed me to design a garment for the first time on tiny needles with tiny thread, cotton, but nothing if not ambitious, to the point where it harms me, I guess. Anyway, back to the video. So yeah, I feel like, I don't know, this sounds very like vague and wishy-washy, so I'll talk about a few things that are kind of examples of this, and they'll make a bit more sense. So one thing I think that has been a very big kind of like a really big example of this is I definitely used to be a lot more, I don't really know how to describe it. I think I'm a lot more modest now in the way that I dress, and I'm not saying that I dress modestly either. I'm just a lot more than I used to be. And you know, from my previous content, it was always very clear to me that the things that, especially on Instagram, the things that people liked to see the most and would purchase the most based on my recommendations would be things like underwear, anything that has a really big emphasis on your waist, things like leggings and jeans, and particularly the focus would be like if I could find ones that make your bum look good. So that's kind of been like my focus really in terms of content. But as I am like wanting to dress like a little more modestly and things like that, it's like those are the things that I don't want to post so much anymore. So it's a bit of a tricky kind of situation. Not saying again that I would never post them again, like I just feel like I don't want them to be the main focus of what I'm posting. And like I don't want to have to worry about, does every outfit cinch up my waist, because that's what performs better. Like I don't know, I feel like I don't want to be so conscious of my body and how my body looks, and like the kind of outfits I used to post were very much around that, and I don't want to do that anymore. So that's kind of one example. I think something else is that I think that it's a very interesting kind of role to work as an influencer. I don't really like that term, but I guess that's what it is, because you're so centered on yourself and talking about yourself. But in many ways, as I've gotten older, I really don't like to do that. I don't know, sometimes I don't mind, like this video, I guess I'm talking about myself a lot. But you know, some days you just don't want to, right? And you want to, and I think that as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot more introverted, and that makes it more difficult to kind of exist in an online space that is focused on interacting with other people, which is a strange dynamic to kind of navigate. And it's strange because I love being able to interact with people and hear different people's thoughts and kind of do what I do on the internet, but at the same time, some days I just feel like I don't have the energy to talk to people. And so yeah, it's just a very interesting dynamic. I don't know what the answers are. I feel like I'm still trying to navigate some of these things and figure out how it works best and what is right and etc. But I don't know, this is like a mind dump, I guess. Brain dump, what's the word I'm looking for there? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, like I just feel like I used to talk more about going out outfits and makeup and things like that, and I feel like I want to wear makeup less and less. I do wear makeup still, I'm not gonna pretend that I don't, but I wear it less often, and when I wear it, I wear less, and the type of makeup that I wear is very different, and I don't really go on nights out so much anymore. Like if I am going out, it's probably more going for a dinner or something, and I just feel like I want to stay in more. And I don't know, like I've been really into knitting. I don't know, like I just feel like I'm becoming more and more of a homebody, and it feels like, I don't know, that's just not who I used to be, and it's different. So yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with this. I just feel like, I think the core point of this video is that I will be posting different things. I will be posting more regularly again, but the content is going to be different to what it used to be, because I'm different to who I used to be, and I have decided that it's finally time to embrace that. And there were, like, I want to embrace things that feel right for me rather than things that feel right for business, and hopefully eventually the two will line up. But yeah, like I don't feel like it's very good for me to try and focus too much on doing things because they're good for business or whatever. Like, I don't know, like I would like to share more about you know, things like ideas like slow fashion and making more of your clothes, and or sustainable fashion and things like that. Like, I don't know, things are just going to be different, that's the point. Some kinds of content that I have been thinking about sharing, just because obviously I'm saying I'm going to be sharing different content, so if you're trying to decide whether you want to stick around, some types of content that I would like to be sharing is, I want to talk more about these kinds of changes that, and dilemmas and struggles that I feel like I've come across in my kind of late 20s, or, you know, I feel like people can have these struggles at any point, but for me it's been that. So that kind of thing. I want to talk about, like I said, more like slow fashion and shopping in your own wardrobe, or secondhand shopping, and I don't know, like how you deal with when your body changes a lot, and you know, you don't want to buy new clothes all the time. How do you, like, navigating those kinds of things? Just generally, like, adulthood struggles. Like, how do you make friends? I'm 27. Like, I have like 2 friends, my mom and my boyfriend, and like I wouldn't say I really have any other friends. And those 2 friends I see, like, I saw them this morning for the first time in like a year. So it's like, how do you make friends as an adult? Like, I don't know, like these kinds of dilemmas. I want to, I don't know, talk more about them, figure them out. I don't know, basically I'm having an identity crisis on the internet, I guess. Knitting, I want to talk about more about knitting. This is basically the only thing I talk about recently in real life, so there's that. I don't know, whatever comes up, those kinds of vibes. That's the vibe. I am probably yapping a little bit too much now, so I think I'm gonna wrap this up. But basically what I want to say is thank you to those of you who have stuck around while I haven't really been posting or doing anything. Thank you to those of you who are going to continue to stick around, but no pressure if you don't want to. And yeah, like I said, things are going to be a little bit, just a little bit different, and that's that. This piece is so big that I haven't even made it halfway around in the 20 minutes that I've been talking to you, so this will probably be finished in like 2 years time at this rate, especially because I keep making mistakes and having to unravel it. But I will share some updates. Yes, thank you all so much for listening to me yap. I will I will release you from the horror of listening to my voiceover. What am I trying to say? I will let you go. Thank you. And hopefully I will see you all next time. Bye.